Yo, what is up, my feckers? And welcome to the second Reddit reading today, where I have a hot chocolate this time. So, alright, let's start. So last night I was positive there was a ghost baby in the bed with my son. So I freaked out. I barely slept. I tried creeping in there with a flashlight while my son was sleeping. In the morning I go to investigate it further, but it turns out my husband just forgot he put the mattress protector on when he changed the sheets. Why are people stupid? Manta's... What? Wait. What? Task failed successfully. What? What? Almost had a heart attack this morning. How? Why would you do that? Oh my god, a word of advice. Never try to cremate your deceased pet in the oven. Why? That's my first thing is why? Never try to cremate your deceased pet in the oven. No, not only is the worst smell is it the worst smell imaginable, they do not turn to ashes. They just burn. They did not start off good. Yeah, because you need fire. Hi, sir. How are you? Your iPhone 6 lost. Please send your why? Where did you find? Chains. No, wait. China to scrap in India and find me. Please send your iPhone password, please, sir. Why are you returning phone to me? Yeah, sir, but phone is password. Look, no lock. I need my password. So please find no, sir. Please find password and no. I am very poor, man. Send phone back, and I will send you my money instead. Sir, phone very damaged. Well, I'm not giving you password, so either make me, I'll send you money, or you have nothing. Sir, I am Indian. Other man and money. No, other man. Send money and password lock. Deactivate. Who is this? Please, sir. Manu, my good friend. The last thing I'm going to do is give you my stolen iPhone password. Password. Oops, sorry. I lost the phone 2 years ago, and even if I could remember the passcode, I would never give it to you. I'm sorry, I just remembered it. This is too long. What? I wish I would never have had been given the shot. I've never had it since I was a baby. I did an experiment on myself and didn't get the flu shot 3 years in a row, and got the flu super very bad every single year, and ended up in the hospital. So sadly, I must get it, even though I don't fully trust it. Modern medicine for ya. Lol. Oh, my hand. Okay. Somebody live on TikTok. Give me 1 minute. I've never heard this before. Are you saying because you got the flu shot as a kid, now you have to get it each year or else you get the flu? Yeah, I never got the flu when I got the shot, but if I don't get the shot, I get the flu really bad. Wait, what? Is that an Xbox truck? Oh, it's a party bus. Ha. People are idiots. What? Good luck with that. You don't do that. I guess my favorite Star Wars. Fudge. This picture's worth 1,000 words. Quote by James Baldwin, son of Baldwin. We can disagree and still love each other. What? That's not a chair then. Your son be messed up. I have no words. What do you guys think of microdosing meth for ADHD? Okay. Okay, let me give you mine. I have to put my chunky phone on charge. You said you were charging. This is gonna be cut short. How much you want to bet? What do you guys think of microdosing? Oh, I forgot about you. Son, 7 was... 7? 7? Your son is 7 and you want to give him microdoses of meth. And I didn't think people could get any stupider. I was wrong. Okay. Well, you're diagnosed with ADHD recently. Recently. I don't care. I took Ritalin. You're fine. Was diagnosed with ADHD recently and got prescribed Ritalin. The problem is that the pills contain lactose and we are a vegan family. Oh my Jesus Christ. We are a vegan family. We are a vegan family. We are a... Oh, it's not a... Oh. We're a vegan family, and I won't buy them anymore. Vegan family. I want to hurt you. However, I still have some meth laying around. You still have some? You still have some? However, I still have some meth lying around, and I was wondering what dose my son would need to help him focus. None! I think your son is fine! And is he old enough to boof, or should he just smoke it for now? Boof. Boof. Hey, Google? What does the term... Okay. What does the term boof mean? Oh, okay. That's, into... Okay, so apparently you put it into your rectum. So, is he old enough to move, or should he just smoke it for now? Should he... is he old enough to boof it, or should he just smoke it for... Ah! Thanks, guys. My dealer's idiot. I have no words. Neither do I. Do people understand the idea of looking at other people's content? I really don't get why some people have 0 posts on IG, bruv. On IG. Oh, Instagram. Bruh, I just deleted... No, I just delete the app. What's the point? What? Wait. In 21 states, including Michigan. Poor Michigan. Don't vaccinate, guys. You don't want to get the measles. Please don't vaccinate. I don't want my kids getting the measles. No, that's not how vaccine... Oh. Yes, it is. I'm afraid. Oh, poor lady. Oh, poor lady. JJ, bro, this is Minecraft, not real life. My Pop 13, he knows, idiot. Forgot to switch accounts, my dude. Poor guy. Dude, are you serious? I want to hurt you. I'm not reading that. I have no glasses. Hold on, guys. I have a message to make. Alright. I can get back to it now. You are at 16. You can't go down in percentage. Alright, boys. Not Messenger. I want YouTube. No. All right. Pentagon, hexagon. Octagon. His wife gone. Oh. His wife gone. Okay. And let that no and lol, that looked like the man from Up. R/facepalm. What is that? I want to hurt people. I know I say that all the time, but this makes me want to. Students in the Indian College, and it is the guy from Up. Students in the Indian College have been forced to wear cardboard boxes during the exam to prevent cheating. You're not going to be able to see. Oh, they have faces cut out. That dude over here looking at his paper. Yes, I love Batman with the Avengers. What? I don't see Batman. Oh. All cars are now free. What would be the first car you would buy? The Boy on the Bridge. 12-year-old boy. Oh. I was by the Washington. Boy on the Bridge. The 12-year-old boy. Okay, let's do this in our most 20s voice. Ready for this? Like 1920s. You ready for this? The Boy on the Bridge. Earlier today, a 12-year-old boy tried to kill himself. Police say instead his jump killed someone else. Oh. That's, odd. Truth or dare? Truth. What's your phone number? Dare. I dare you to give me your phone number. Listen here, you little... Oh. Perfect booty. I want to kill people. Not hurt people. Kill. People? My sister was studying for a science experiment. Does the sun have rings like Saturn? How rare is the sun halo? What is the ring around? No, what is the ring around the sun? Does our sun? Oh my God! Does the sun have a name? How often is the sun? Does the sun halo occur? How often do sun dogs? Okay, Google. What is a sun dog? What is the sun dog? Google? Google, what is a parhelion? Oh. Oh, it's a mock sun. How often do sundogs occur? Who named the Earth? Oh my God. Is the sun yellow or white? Is the sun... Oh my... Jesus Christ, people. Oh, is this... It's blurred, isn't it? And on Instagram story that tells me to swipe away, just away the ad is to see the product. Swipe to reveal the all-new OnePlus 7T. Swipe to reveal the all-new OnePlus 7T. Ah. Just attempted to set my ex's house on fire, but the big brush in his front yard only caught fire, and I ended up running away like a pussy. Eventful night. Not a crime since the fire didn't spread, though. Yeah, I'm not gonna read that. God. Why? Dude, I'm gonna put. Okay, dude. I just put 5 dry sheets in the dryer. Clothes about to be so dry. I hate you. 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 Thank God it's vegan. Oh, I'm not reading that. Mouthy kid calls a security guard a blank. The guard says, "Don't call me blank." No, don't call me a blank. The guard is then fired because the zero tolerance policy says he can never say the N-word. Wait, Bart Baker? That's Bart Baker? He's changed. I mean. I haven't played Plants vs. Zombies 2 yet. It hits blunt. Since gay people aren't straight, does that mean they're diagonal? Well, I mean, I'm half gay, so I'm kidding. I'm straight. That's Ivory Coast flag, not Ireland. Oof. I wish people didn't find Irish names so hard to pronounce. I love being Irish. Go Ireland. Yeah, he's not wrong. The back code of my card is 388. Why is everybody asking? Shake my head. Thank you, ma'am. May I also have your SSN? Why would you do that? I want to hurt you now. Wait, what show is that? Me, a plane scientist. Ah, yes, the plane is clearly thirsty. That is not Harry Potter. I want to hurt whoever made that backpack. But, so, when your dog's dog do dogs dig before they die? Do dogs dog when they're dying? Can you tell if your dog doesn't? How can you tell if your dog doesn't feel good? My dog. Why does my dog dig at her bed? Do dogs know you love them? Are there signs that? What are the? This one is. This one isn't even about dogs. My local cinema. They had one job. Look at the numbers. What numbers? Oh. Oh. I'm American. I didn't even know Canadians has president elections. No, they have. What? Half of Captain America's shield. Oh, it's a wall light. Captain Mart. Uh-uh. 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 Wait. Wait, what? Wait, Ninja Turtles? Okay, Google. Is Ninja Turtles considered DC Universe? I guess it is, technically, because apparently they did that. I thought Black Panther was Marvel. That messed all this up. Power Ranger. No, I'm good. Yes, yes, I finished primary school. People are so stupid. Oh. Ah, it's one of these situations. No, I'm good. Weebs. I'm kidding, I'm a weeb. I kid you not. Wait, that's oh, comma. Comma is a bit. Always in the back spot. Just go around. I viewed viewed per hour. What? Oh, you have to view the full image. Oh, Snapchat's with receipt brand unopened. Returns not accepted. What the fuck? I'm not seeing or heard anything about this in the MSM. Amish people have read it. What's it like? Oh. Whoosh. Oh yeah, apparently you can actually get sued. Next, I'm doing r/shower thoughts, so beware. It seems weird that dolphins are water based, but breathe air. It's kind of like humans having to periodically dip our heads into a bucket of water to take a breath. Wait, what? Yeah, it'd be like if we had somehow got water into our bodies every so often to survive. Fun fact, pill bugs or roly-poly-olies. That's what I call them because of the old shows. Are crustaceans and you can't breathe air. But rather, they absorb water out of the air in damp, moist places. That's not the fact that I wanted to hear. Wait. At least they tried. Alright, I guess I'm done here. Oh, my hand. So, thank you all so much for watching this episode. Alright, Google. Alright, Google, can you say goodbye, everybody?
Bye.
You heard Google. Say.
Bye-bye, honey pie.
Bye-bye. Oh, shoot. I just, went all over my mic. It's cord. So, as Google said, Google, say bye again.
Au revoir. That's goodbye in French.
Bye-bye.